People are getting arrested for touching peeling paint. But nobody has been arrested for touching little boys and girls. What the fuck is going on in this country?
12 seconds. That was that clip, 12 seconds. And it spoke volumes about where we're at as a country and as a society. There are people, at least 5 so far, that have been arrested for reaching into the reflecting pool and taking a piece of paint that had already peeled off of the bottom of the pool and doing a video about it, or not even taking it out of the pool, just reaching in and touching it, leaving it where it is, but just touching it. At least 5 people have been arrested for that under claims of vandalism of governmental property. But who has been arrested for the pedophilia that we know exists, we know at least was prevalent, if not still is prevalent? And I'm not just talking about the e-files. I'm talking about across the board. Has anybody in the Catholic Church been arrested? I don't know. Maybe somebody in the Boy Scouts was arrested and I missed it. And if so, my apologies for missing it. But has anybody in the Boy Scouts been arrested? And yeah, who in the corporate or political world has been arrested based on their association with Jeffrey and the accusations that are found within the e-files? That's where we're at as a society, man. If you reach into the fucking reflecting pool in Washington, D.C. and touch paint, arrested. If you're listed in the e-files as doing some of the most evil things humanly possible to children, the President of the United States will work overtime on your behalf to cover up whatever it is those files say you did. What a disgusting state of affairs. What an absolutely vile position to be in the history of our country. That we live in a period of time in American history where the most powerful person in the country, politically speaking, is most likely involved with, and at a minimum is helping cover up, the pedophilic crimes of rich and powerful men over the course of decades, while simultaneously arresting people for touching a monument that he fucked up. That's where we're at. When the history books are written, and we're talking about 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years from now, and the people of this country look back at this period of time, they are going to be looking back at one of the most vile, disgusting, and darkest periods in American history. And we've had some pretty dark periods. The genocide of the indigenous, the enslavement of Africans, the internment of Japanese. How long it took for certain classifications and groups of people to even be able to get the right to vote. For the fact that in my lifetime, just in my lifetime, women have gotten the ability to be able to have a credit card or a checking account in their own name. That has happened in my lifetime. And we are living right now through one of the most abhorrent periods in American history. We are living in a period where apparently you can buy yourself a pardon if you have $1 million cash. A period where the President of the United States in a year and a half has made more money off of being the President of the United States than he and his entire family have made over the entire period of their existence on this planet. They made more in a year and a half than they ever have in total. We live in a period of time when ICE has more funding than any law enforcement agency anywhere in the country. They are operating with impunity, and they are literally violating the Constitution every single day they step out on the streets. We're living in a period of time where we're bailing out foreign countries more than we are our own farmers, even though we're the ones who damaged our farmers' Asian assets, or Asian markets. We're living in a period of time where the representative of Qatar just completely ghosts the sitting vice president of the United States during peace talks. A period of time where entire nations are laughing at us, where we have diminished ourselves and our power on the world stage. We're no longer it, boys and girls. The world is no longer looking to us for a goddamn thing. The world has finally figured out that even if, for the most part, we can be a reliable partner for them, at some point in time, we have the ability to elect somebody like Donald Trump and throw it all into a tailspin. So the world is moving on without us. Canada is stepping up and doing its own trade with nations like China, where we would have been the people doing those negotiations. Brazil is stepping up and supplying nations like China with the agricultural products that they need, not the United States of America. And we are living in a period of time where the pedophiles are running the show. Where the pedophiles want you arrested if you say something bad, if you post something mean, if you write an article that's less than flattering, or if you touch paint in a pool, they want you in prison. But if you forced yourself inside of a little girl against her will, you get the full protection of the federal government. We are living in a shameful point in American history, and the generations that are going to come after us should look at this period of time with shame. And hopefully, the content that's being made on the various social media platforms will stand as proof that not all of us agreed with the actions of the minority that was able to get power. MAGA, Trump, the Republicans. Let our content stand as record as saying we didn't vote for this shit. We voted for the other person. We have been fighting for the other side. We have been trying to get checks and balances on people like this, on the Trump administration, trying to expose the e-files and everybody that's in it. And if I could, please, if I could just go on a little bit of a rant for those of you who love the fucking protest vote. Are you done? You don't like this candidate and you don't like that candidate. I get it. I don't like all of them either. There are candidates running on the Democratic ticket this November that I do not like. Is having them in office, is having the candidate you don't like in office better or worse than Trump getting checks and balances put on it? You protest vote, fascism takes hold, pedophiles go free, citizens get charged with vandalism for touching paint. Kind of see how that all breaks down and devolves? And what am I seeing now? I'm seeing content now from people. I don't care who won that primary. I'm not voting for him. Okay. Then what you're voting for is a continuation of what you're seeing now. And there is no other way of spinning it. This is such a sad state of affairs right now.